Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jeff White, and I serve on your board of directors. Big welcome to everybody this morning, whether you're here in person or you're online. We're really glad you're here. And whether you're an old timer or a newcomer, great, good to have you here. We're doing some new things on Sunday morning, as people have noticed. From 9 to 9:30, we have First Fellowship right here. And from 9:30 to 10:30, our religious education and on-site coffee fellowship. And at 10:30, we have our full service, right, like we are. Now, for more details about this, you can check the website at uufames.org or check with the welcome table in the fireside room. Well, we're a multi-generational congregation, which means that all ages are welcome here. So if you hear some sounds from our old folk or our young ones, well, that's just part of being part of an active community. If you're new to us, you can get more information by signing our virtual guest book, either by the QR code in your bulletin or at the welcome table. So if you're with us online, you can join our Zoom coffee hour after the service. Go to the uufames.org website and click the button to join. And if you're in person, we'll have some more conversation after the service, but next week come back before the full service for coffee and treats and talk. And we have a couple of announcements. After the service today at 11:45, there will be service of silent witness downstairs in room 3 again at 11:45. And at 2 this afternoon is Elijah's concert. Yeah. And there will be tickets available here at the door. I believe they're $15. And that's going to be worth it. That's going to be good. So, yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Jennifer Rogers, and I am the director of the Ames Chamber Artists. We rehearse in your space on Thursday nights, and we like to give back by singing occasionally for you. This is early in our spring season, and we were going to bring in 2 pieces from our Christmas concert, a really prayerful, beautiful pull-on piece, which we will do later, but then we were going to bring in a big, boxy Bach chorale, and thought that with everything that is going on in the world right now, maybe we would change up and do something different. So we're bringing you a piece that we have just started learning. We've only been in rehearsal for 2 weeks, so we thought we'd teach it to you and have you start learning it with us. Because it's just, for me, I think, such a healing thing to sing together and sing words that bring us into a healing space together. And so these words we're going to repeat quite often, and eventually I hope you'll be really comfortable with the melody and you will repeat it with us. But for right now, we're going to teach it to you in a call and response, just this chorus. Would you give us a C chord, Bill? So I'm going to sing a little phrase and have you sing it back. Come and stand in that river.
Come and stand in that river.
Current gentle and slow.
Current gentle and slow.
Send your troubles down water.
Send your troubles down water.
Down on that water flow.
Down on that water flow.
Good. Now I'm going to do one whole line at a time, and then you'll repeat it after that. So we go, come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow.
Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow.
Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow.
Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow.
Good. Now we're going to do the whole thing. I'll bring Bill in so that you can hear the harmony. This is a folk song. If you want to change this melody around, if you want to soup it up, if you want to say water and come and all those things, then I want you to feel that shift. And at some point, I might have you stand up because it's just a beautiful song to sway to. But let's do the whole chorus all together, and then we'll start it and we'll go from there. Here we go. Ready and.
Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow.
You have it. You have become part of the Ames Chamber Artists. You are a choir. Here we go. We're going to start it for real now. I've invited Madison to join us and have this be a hybrid situation. Madison is a longtime friend and student, and I just could not be more proud of her work in this congregation. So, there you go. All right, here we go. I went to my river, but my river was dry. The dust rose up to a darkened sky. Tell me, where is home? Where do the waters run clear? I do not know my way from here.
Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow.
Again, and
come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water, down on that water flow.
when you stand in that river, angels in your head, secrets beyond every worry, dreams beyond every dread. Now you.
Come and stand in that river, current gentle and slow. Send your troubles down water,
The words of Cole Arthur Riley call us into fellowship today. Our liturgies begin with dignity, because that is where any kind of liberation begins. With an awareness that you are worthy of so much more than whatever form your chains have taken today. For now, you are here, breathing, being, granting a gift that cannot be replicated. Your simple, miraculous, necessary existence. So come, let us gather in fellowship. Let's say these words together of Maya Angelou as we light our chalices here in Fellowship Hall and wherever you are. Lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. By your Spirit, as we sing together, we give thanks.
So today in Children's Chapel, we talked about a churchy word that some people have strong feelings about, and that word is prayer. We talked about how prayer doesn't have just one meaning, and it doesn't look just one way. And we looked at this book by Alex York Lombard called Everyone Prays, Celebrating Faith Around the World. And it shows people around the world praying in different ways, with words or movement, or praying quietly, or with songs or candles. And if anyone would like to borrow this book, it'll be in my office. You're welcome to come spend some time with it. So in Children's Chapel today, we didn't just talk about prayer, though, we practiced it. And I would like to ask some volunteers from Children's Chapel to come forward right now. Can you guys can you find the end? Did you figure it out? Can you hold it up so everyone can see it? Oh, so we made prayer flags today. And on them, the children shared hopes and gratitude, wishes and symbols of peace. And while our RA classes were happening, there was a table set up in the fireside room that had supplies for the adults to color in some prayer flags as well. So if you added something to that, thank you. And if you didn't get a chance yet, the table will be out for a while, feel free. And what we'll do is we'll combine the children's prayer flags. We have a couple more with the adult prayer flags. And we're going to hang those in our RE hallway upstairs. We also, I'll take it, thank you. We also learned a body prayer today, didn't we? And we're going to demonstrate that. And we're going to ask you all to join in with us. It's pretty short. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to tell them instructions so they know what to do, all right? So raise your arms gently upward. Some prayers reach for hope. And your hands to your heart. Some prayers notice feelings. Open your arms wide. Don't hit your neighbor. Some prayers make space for others and bring your hands down toward the floor. Some prayers help us feel grounded. So let's do that one more time. Some prayers reach for hope. Some prayers notice feelings. Some prayers make space for others. And some prayers help us feel grounded. And let's take one slow breath together. Some people call this prayer. Some people call it mindfulness or meditation. But what's important is that we paid attention and practice kindness. Amen, or blessed be, or may it be so. And so ends our story today. And you guys can go back to your seats.
We will now give and receive the offering. This morning, half of the non-pledge offering will be donated to the United Theological Seminary's UU Scholarship Fund. Did you know that the UUFA has had 3 graduates of the United Theological Seminary as ministers? The Reverends Kelli, AJ, and Brian. This Twin Cities-based school is committed to providing a theologically relevant educational experience so students can be advocates of change and help create beloved communities, fostering ministers of many traditions. The other half of the offering will support programs here in our fellowship that make this place a community of spiritual growth, love, and justice. We'll pass the baskets here in Fellowship Hall. Alternatively, you can also go to uufames.org/give to make your contribution today. And if you're visiting today, please know that your presence here is gift enough. And as we hold the spirit of generosity, let's enjoy this gift of music from the Ames Chamber Artists.
The Reverend Meg Riley, who lives in Minneapolis, wrote this. I remember years ago reading Thich Nhat Hanh's suggestion that the next savior or prophet might be a collective, not an individual. Or, in his language, the next Buddha might be a Sangha. Bradley, I'm going to pause here. I'm adjusting my thing. I'm going to start over. The Reverend Meg Riley, who lives in Minneapolis, wrote this. I remember years ago reading Thich Nhat Hanh's suggestion that the next savior or prophet might be a collective, not an individual. Or in his language, the next Buddha may be a Sangha. I'm thinking of that now in this leaderless movement in Minneapolis. We are not coalesced around charismatic speakers or strategically brilliant directors, but around regular people's shared values and courage and multiple sites of action. A Sangha. I read that Ukraine is operating the same way as a leaderless movement. We saw this kind of movement in Egypt, and it's likely what is happening in Iran, though we are prevented from seeing that clearly. I caught glimpses of it at Standing Rock and in the Black Lives Matter movement. So, while a lot of attention is on Minneapolis right now, for which I am grateful because things are not better here, I love thinking that all around the globe, as people rise, committed to collective liberation, we are the living resurrection. As the old Naomi Little Bear Morena song goes, you can't kill the spirit. It's like a mountain. Each week when we gather, we bring our rage and our reverence, our joys and our sorrow, our grief and our grace to this altar of community so that we know each other's stories, so that we feel each other's pains and joys, so that it is easier to bear the beauty and the brokenness of this world together. We do this together. It's the only way we are a Sangha doing this together. I want to mention for you that Mary Darrow had successful knee replacement surgery yesterday. Mary and Craig were thinking of you and hoping that all goes well and that, Mary, you'll be ready to dance at our spring dance celebration later this year, end of March, I think. Do those PT exercises and we'll all be dancing together. In a few minutes, you are going to be singing the beautiful song that they're singing in Minneapolis this week. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the dawn. Madison will lead you in this. I think we'll be singing it a lot this spring. Folks are riding in the back of pickup trucks, singing as people are marching toward them. That beautiful prayer, that song to their neighbors, and we're going to sing it with them. I'm going to close now, and Ben will lead you in the rest of this joys and sorrows moment as we always do it, and then you'll sing. I am watching online as you are right now, and I'll be singing with you where I am. Blessed be.
Now we enter into a moment of shared quiet. Let's lift into this space the names of individuals or groups we are holding close this morning. for all that is spoken and unspoken. We open our hearts in healing, in community, in love.
I'll sing it once as a reminder and join when you feel ready. Add a harmony if you feel so moved. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the dawn. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the dawn. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the dawn. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the dawn. Once more. Hold on, hold on, my dear one, here comes the
Alla Renee Bozarth wrote, "So be awake to the life that is loving you and sing your prayer. Laugh your prayer, dance your prayer, run and weep and sweat your prayer. Sleep your prayer, eat your prayer, paint, sculpt, hammer, and read your prayer. Sweep, dig, rake, drive and hoe your prayer. Garden and farm and build and clean your prayer. Wash, iron, vacuum, sew, embroider, and pickle your prayer. Compute, touch, bend, and fold, but never delete or mutilate your prayer. Learn and play your prayer. Work and rest your prayer. Fast and feast your prayer. Argue, talk, whisper, listen and shout your prayer. Groan and moan and spit and sneeze your prayer. Swim and hunt and cook your prayer. Digest and become your prayer. Release and recover your prayer. Breathe your prayer. Be your prayer."
This winter and spring, we're taking the first Sunday of each month to talk about churchy words, spirituality, prayer, faith and belief, grace. For us as Unitarian Universalists, these religious words may carry some baggage from the past. For some of us, these are words we may have heard thrown around, but don't really know what they mean in a free faith context. And so our goal is to shed some light explore what meaning these words might have for us, and perhaps inspire you to include some form of prayer in your toolkit of spiritual practices. I'm sitting in a patient lounge on the 6th floor of UT Southwestern, a large teaching hospital in Dallas. As some of you know, I'm still in Texas helping my folks navigate some health issues. It's a blessing for me to be with them and for us to be together. We all send our gratitude to the fellowship staff and congregation for making it possible for me to be here with them and to be with you like this today. There may be some background noise, as there may be in fellowship hall. Let's just go with it and hope it works out. What's true for me as I think about prayer this week is that I am having a profound and unexpected encounter with prayer. Here in the buckle of the Bible Belt, people say, I'll keep you in my prayers, as easily as they might say, see you next week, or I love you, or take care now. And they mean it. Mom and Dad have a large network of friends and family. And when I tell you that we feel those prayers, those petitions and blessings lifted on our behalf, it means that we feel held in a beloved network of community. These prayers, uttered in silence and aloud, from folks who are religious and those who are not, from close friends and recent acquaintances, are like a healing balm for us. People mean us well, and they have the words to make it real in their hearts. A prayer for someone, that blessing, is really the opposite of a negative thought or a curse. Right now, this network is a visible sign of our interdependence with each other, with community, and with some version of ultimate creative reality. Both C.S. Lewis and Soren Kierkegaard are quoted with some version of this thought. Prayer doesn't change God, it changes us. Prayer doesn't change what we are praying to or with or ultimate reality. It changes us. For me, this means that prayer invites me into postures of humility and patience, of gratitude and awe, of compassion and courage and justice, and especially into the posture of relationship with that which is larger than myself. It invites me into relationship with that which is larger than myself. That perspective of humbly and gratefully approaching the all that is, which some people call God, helps me get right-sized. It's neither as a groveling supplicant or a praising sycophant. It's as a partner in the living of life, exactly as it is today. The word prayer itself is related to precarious, to be in such a position of vulnerability that the only solution comes in giving ourselves over to something greater than ourselves, asking, being grateful, being in awe of the world as it is. In the classical Christian tradition, which some of us know, the acronym for the kinds of prayer is ACTS, A-C-T-S, ACTS, for adoration, praise, awe, confession, saying we're sorry for something that we have done, thanksgiving, of course, prayers of gratitude, and supplication, asking for help. I think that one includes lament as well. And Lord knows we've had a lot of lament lately. A writer whom I love, Anne Lamott, says that the only three prayers you ever need are help, thanks, wow. And my friend, Reverend Terry Bonor, who's really active in the Minneapolis resistance movement right now, adds sorry to that. So I think those line up a little bit with adoration, confession, thanksgiving, supplication, help, thanks, wow, and sorry kind of include those. And that is the form that my prayers often take: help, thanks, wow, and sorry. 12-step recovery programs suggest that prayer and meditation are tools for improving our conscious contact with all that is our life. Prayer, in this case, most often a petition, and listening work together. Prayer and meditation work together to help us be right-sized, without shame, without grandiosity, but rather growing in grace and wisdom and peace. Okay, but what are we praying to exactly? How do we know what? Do we have to know what we are praying to? Is that often got in my way? If I didn't believe in a classical understanding of God, or that something was going to come in and fix the agenda, twiddle the dials in the lab, as my husband would say. If I don't believe that something's going to come in and fix, what am I praying to? And by the way, what is worship all about? But we'll get to that later. We get prayer in April and worship in May, I think, in our Churchy Word series. Here's what Unitarian Universalist minister Eric Walker Wickstrom says in the introduction to this lovely little book, Simply Pray. He says, if you long to connect with the sacred, if you desire to live a life that is more in touch with the holy, stop listening for something and simply start listening. If you've given up on an anthropomorphic deity, the old white guy with the long beard, or any of his stand-ins, and yet can't figure out what to put in its place, stop looking for something and start simply looking around you. Notice those places in your life where you have felt yourself in the presence of the holy. Remember those experiences in which you have heard your own connectedness. Seek in your own life, in your own feelings, and in your own moments, those places where you have encountered or are encountering sacred. In other words, simply pray. Pray without any preconceived notion of what you're doing or why. I love that. Pray without any preconceived notion of what you're doing or why, or of its efficacy. Simply do it and see what happens. Man, if that's not an invitation to just let that unfold, I don't know what it is. We may think of prayer as a spoken or written petition, but there are countless ways to pray. And one translator of Rumi says, there are 1,000 ways to kneel and kiss the ground. I've long loved the Alla Renee Bozarth poem that Ben read earlier. The Reverend Dr. Bozarth is a poet, a Gestalt therapist, and an Episcopal priest. And I recently read the whole poem, and it opens my eyes even more to the flexibility of prayer. She comes from a Christian perspective, but I think her language is an invitation to the kind of prayer that will not be contained by dogmatic or especially religious boundaries. I'll read you the whole thing when I have a drink of water here. Prayer is intimacy with the great mystery. Be in every moment aware of the presence of how you are loved. She takes off her wings to heal you. He surrenders everything for your sake. At all times, in every hidden, open place, it lives deep in your soul's core. It moves in your moving and acts through your skin and the skin or bark or shell of all living beings, forms of angels and also of water and rocks and fire. So be awake to the life that is loving you and sing your prayer, laugh your prayer, dance your prayer, run and weep and sweat your prayer. Sleep your prayer, eat your prayer, paint, sculpt, hammer, read your prayer. Sweep, dig, rake, drive, and hoe your prayer. Garden and farm and build and clean your prayer. Wash, iron, vacuum, sew, embroider, and pickle your prayer. Compute, touch, bend, and fold, but never delete or mutilate your prayer. Learn and play your prayer. Work and rest your prayer. Feast and fast your prayer. Argue, talk, whisper, listen, and shout your prayer. Moan and groan and spit and sneeze your prayer. Swim and hunt and cook your prayer. Digest and become your prayer. Release and recover your prayer. Breathe your prayer. Be your prayer. Let your prayer be your thinking and your thriving, your passionate living and humble dying back into earth and God. Let your prayer be your senses and sex, your political power, your confusion and vision for good. Let teaching, tolerance, and all childcare be prayer. Let your mistakes be a prayer and your unknowing. Let remorse and forgiveness be a prayer. Make love in every act. Create growth in each intent. Nurture in any form. Nature in any form serves as sanctuary and temple. Let your bath be an oracle chamber, every trip anywhere be a pilgrimage, and your dream bed each night the holy of holies. And so you're praying, so you do what you be, and all your being is blessed, and all your life is a prayer, and all your acts are a blessing. And so here was the moment when I felt most profoundly held and healed this week by prayer. On Wednesday night, they had to transport my mom from Paris back to Dallas by ambulance, and Dad rode with her. It was a really grueling journey for them. In the back of that ambulance, I went home to sleep. It was about the first night of sleep I'd had in 3 nights. I'm well rested, reasonably well rested now. But I slept, and then I drove back to Dallas the next morning. And as I got on the road, I put my AirPods in and I called my best friend, Tara, who is a minister. We met in seminary. And as she calls herself, she's a Jesus girl, but we speak the same language. And I said, Tara, I'm used to holding a lot of people. I need you to pray for me and pray with me. And I had my hands on the wheel and my eyes on the road. And she said the most beautiful prayer for me. It might not have been the language that I used, but it was universal, this prayer. The way that I felt her arms wrapped around me as she called for God to wrap God's arms around me, to hold me close, to give me rest, to pray not only for my mom, but the sure hands and wisdom of all the medical team, for care for my dad. I was driving down the road, had my hands on the wheel. This mundane moment was lifted into something profound and beautiful as her love came through the phone. I don't care if something out there reached down and put its hands on me. What I felt was connected to ultimate creative reality, that love is this binding force in the world, this blinding, binding force in the world. where people walk down the street singing because they love their cities and their neighbors, where people say, I'll pray for you as easily as they say, I love you, and they mean it. I'm never turning up my nose to prayer again. I'll take anybody's prayers anytime. Who am I? Who am I to deny blessing and prayer? It's a blessing. May each of you be blessed, and may you be a blessing as you go forth this week. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
With that, let's sing one more time. When our heart is in a holy place, please rise in body or spirit and join me.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see the faces in each other's eyes. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our hearts lives within, and we feel the power of each other's faith. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Let us extinguish all our chalices here and those with our friends online by saying together, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. It takes many hands to make Sunday morning happen. And we want to thank especially our musicians from the Ames Chamber Artists under the direction of Dr. Jennifer Rogers. Our accompanist, Andrew Anderson, our music coordinator, Madison Mayfield, our tech team, Deborah Kumar, Titus Klingy, my co-facilitator, Sarah Carlson, our director of religious education, Dana Poss, and all of the greeters, ushers, coffee servers, treat bringers, RE teachers, cleanup crew. There is a place for all of you. Special thanks to Deb Klein for leading the 9 a.m. service today. Thank you, Deb. So lift up your eyes upon the day breaking for you. Give birth again to the dream. And blessed be, go in peace. Amber, will you play us out?